Hello, hello, welcome in. We're here for round 3 of the Swiss in our Open Qualifiers 2 of the 2024 Spring NACL split. And we have CCG Esports taking on Gentle Hearts Gaming. Both teams undefeated so far, 2-0. So now, might have something cheeky here from Gentle Hearts. All 5 stack, and I see my Blitzcrank. Love me some Blitzcrank. But a smart ward was placed down, I believe actually by Red. So CCG, not going to be found out there. CCG, team that I have a lot of high hopes for. I see names that we've seen from the last Open Qualifiers, such as Crimson, still here with the team. Red was the starting ADC, but now has moved into more of a supportive role with Instinct kind of taking over, but still here, playing in this game, and Trevor as well. But then seeing what you might think is JoJo, but that's actually Bradley. From Team Liquid Academy / Team Liquid Challengers, he played as their top laner for quite some time. Now back into the comfort role, the role that he had actually made his initial name with when he was CP Freeze, and that is mid lane. And he is tagged up with another Academy / Challengers player here in the jungle. That is going to be Yukino. Buenos Dias is Yukino. Another player that I think is incredibly talented, and the fact that they didn't get picked up in 2023's summer split when a lot of the exodus happened for a lot of our challengers teams, I was really bummed. I was really sad because he is an insanely talented player, very young. I have high hopes for him. The same with Bradley. So I look at this team, and I think this is going to be a team, when I look across the board, that honestly, I have as one of my top teams for taking the entirety of the Open Qualifiers. But then you look at the other side, and while we see some familiar faces from the last Open Qualifiers with Gentle Hearts, Crackadon, Ariendel still playing on the team. Same with Rox here. But you have a Soul, animegirl, back to the old name. Bringing back the tried and true. And Soul is a player that I think got an unfortunate shake of things during their time on Evil Genius's Challengers, where maybe it was pressure, maybe it was just not fitting with the team. It just didn't seem to be quite the Soul I knew them from when they were animegirl, when that was the moniker that they had gone by. So now playing back in this top lane is going up against Crimson, who, if you don't know, has actually hit ranked 1. I don't know if he currently is still ranked 1 by the time I am publishing and recording this, but has hit ranked 1. The twin brother of Sniper, as well as the younger brother of Viper. The fact that they've been able to also get to rank 1 really shows the talent that family has. My God. But Gentle Hearts are a team that I think also can really upset a lot of expectations. They didn't fare the best in the last Open Qualifiers, but with a couple of roster shakeups here, I think that this is going to be a team that honestly could surprise a lot. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people, including myself. I wouldn't be surprised if they go pretty far. I don't know if I'd say they're going to win Open Qualifiers too, but it really depends on what we see right now, as Soul is getting attacked here by Yukino, giving him the unfortunate treatment in top lane, but flash away from Soul. Flash reciprocated by Crimson to pick up the kill. So poor Soul, kind of getting bullied in this top lane. I did get to talk to Soul before. He was the coach for Pookie Bears in Open Qualifiers 1. So kind of slowly been testing the waters of getting back into competitive. And now actually playing here for Gentle Hearts. I'm happy, but right there I think that was just a good play from Yukino attacking this top lane. And let's get this Olaf ahead, especially getting Crimson ahead. Being one of the big pieces that we saw from CCG back in the last Open Qualifiers. But I think now bringing in Bradley, bringing in Yukino. I had talked about Instinct as well, who's supposed to be the starting ADC for the team. Oh, Ariendel getting a lot of damage there onto JoJo. See, I almost fell for it. Bradley almost getting me there. Bradley, I think, was caught shopping there a little bit, but still had enough of a shield to get out of there. Did delay his back, as Ariendel had already recalled, already gotten back into base with the TP, got back into lane with the TP, and now got a sizable CS lead here against Bradley. Well, Crackadon is going to be spotted at the top lane. Chains connecting, Flag and Drag as well, pulling back in. And Crimson, they grabbed the axe, but your death was inevitable. Good answer there from Crackadon. Equating the play that had happened earlier. Giving a little bit of freedom now to Soul. As with the Void Grubs having spawned. Oh, what a hook there. Trevor tried to get away. Just walking out of there too. Had the confidence that he didn't even have to flash. Was a good pull by Rox, but fortunately Trevor just understood. He's like, yeah, you don't have the damage. I haven't tanked up the turret yet. You're not gonna get that extra bit of poke onto me. I'm perfectly fine. I can saunter on out of here. Crackadon. Found by Bradley. Debating whether he wants to go back in. But I think they realize that Buenos Dias, aka Yukino, was there. But instead just gonna fall back. Crackadon now having to fight over their own chicken nuggets. I believe the house might secured by Yukino, but Yukino, bad spot, Flag and Drag, the combo, making sure the CC was chained, and they're popping the World Ender. Dark and Blade was just shy. Same with the chains, the flash over the wall. Using the walls on both sides to stop any retreats. There's no flash there for the tree anymore. Pushed back into the brush for the kill out of animegirl. A lot of walls. A lot of construction on both teams. I think a bit of a mistake on each side. A little bit not hubris. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe just I can't think of the word. It doesn't matter. And that's the problem when you're solo casting, right? You get lost for a word. You get stumped on something. You can't have that second brain to kind of pick at and be like, help me think of this. Instead, it's all on your own. Sometimes I'm big brain, sometimes I'm small brain. Actually, most of the time I'm small brain. What am I saying? But here in this game, couple action, a little bit of action here early on by both sides. Even seeing that Soul getting a good trade. That is going to be Ragnarok popped with the Ghost as well. The burst and the shutdown from Crimson. You gotta respect an Olaf there, Soul. Animegirl. Especially Crimson's Olaf. Once he popped that Ghost, you didn't have Flash nor World Ender. You were down in CS. You get back into lane. We see that, yeah, Crimson didn't have that Tiamat before, but had the Vampiric Scepter. And you didn't have that Brutalizer as animegirl. This lane is not going to get any easier anytime soon. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Crackadon visit the top lane again. Try to get another equivalent exchange. As animegirl had sacrificed a little bit in that top lane, to be fair, having rotated down to help out with that invade from Yukino, so they could get cut down the tree. But it did mean that now he is likely to get cut down again and again and again by Crimson. But it's funny, there's been action on the map. It also feels at the same time there hasn't been anything at all. But I feel like that's because a lot of these plays, well, they have been, you know, some minor things, a kill here, a gank there. Pull here in the bot lane from Rox onto Trevor. Flash is still there from Trevor, though. He was able to flash out of that. Same with the bailout if he needed it. They've used a lot, including the chains. Well, Red got a lot of free damage here on Inori. Throws out the hail of arrows, waiting for the hostile takeover to pull back in. Flag and Drag, the dunk onto the back line. Double kill for Crackadon. And a nice flash there from Ariendel. Bradley getting slightly outplayed by the mid laner here of Gentle Hearts, and he keeps throwing another rock and auto attack for a solo bolo. Things are looking a little dicey now for CCG. But I was just saying, nothing was happening at all, even if there were a couple ganks here and there. And suddenly, hearts are bleeding, but it's CCGs that are. Nice canceled back there. animegirl making it so that Crimson has to stay in that top lane a little bit longer. Important for Gentle Hearts that these kills happened right as they did. Because they had already gotten the dragon. Now they can get back on the map. I'm actually surprised to see the pathing here from Crackadon. I would have expected immediately to look for the grubs because that is where Yukino is right now. To deny the grub stacking, especially against a composition that is slightly ahead. Void grubs are... I still like void grubs. I know there's a lot of debate out there on how important void grubs are, but I think they are a great snowball buff to have for the team. So when you get ahead, if you even get just 4, so you get 4 in total, how important that can be. And that's why Yukino being on top of him right then and there was crucial. And oh, hello, Crackadon, Ariendel haven't spotted out, but look how far back Red and Trevor were playing. Wise calls here from the spot lane. Going nowhere near it. And now that they have noticed, at least Ariendel's out of there, but they are not falling for this bait. They're like, yeah, where's Crackadon? Rock's kind of walking up. They're calling down Yukino, calling over Bradley. And we need assistance in the spot lane. If we continue to let InoriBoob take these plates, this Kalista is going to be absolutely insane. That's the thing about Kalista people kind of forget. Like, her lane phase, not the greatest. But mid-game, even late-game, she does fall off a little bit in damage, but you get an item on her. Her ability to take and secure a lot of these objectives really can sway the game. Even if it's, like, very even, just having a Kalista free-firing onto a Baron, onto a Dragon, makes it so that you as the enemy now feel forced to fight and get into maybe a bad position where you weren't able to properly set up. You kind of have to go for a Hail Mary play to deny InoriBoob getting that Ren. Then you can get caught out, especially with good flankers such as Crackadon and animegirl on Jarvan and Aatrox respectively. Then you have ways to split up the fight as Talia. Good ways to get picks here from Rox and a mobile members in both Varus and Renata Gloss. Even Azir, that Shurima Shuffle is off cooldown. You're very susceptible. Hell, even Crimson, if you think about it. You have to have Ragnarok to feel like you're going to do much. Look at this, Rox. Just throwing out the Rocket Grab. But keep him in that bait. That's the more important thing. Just keeping back CCG. I'm looking at Yukino. I know this jungler. I know how much he moves around the map and how he really is big on getting information on enemies. This is kind of a tactic that I like seeing from a lot of junglers, especially younger junglers like Yukino, where it's the X-Smithy style. It's not necessarily about just out mechanics all the time. Yes, Yukino can do that, but it's about getting that information for the team so they feel the rest of the teammates feel confident looking for a play and feel confident following your charge. Look at the top side of the map right now. Like, if we look at this, you can see all this vision that's been secured here around the Rift Herald that's going to spawn in about 30 seconds. Yes, the Dragon will spawn, but it is only going to be the second one of the game. Not all that important. Of course, at CCG, stopping and slowing down any Dragon stacking at all would be nice, but they don't have to. I think that this actually is a good call from them. Making sure that they maintain control with the top side. Crimson getting these incremental leads against animegirl as Olaf already having the Ravenous Hydra compared to the Brutalizer. No Profane Hydra just yet for animegirl. And look, top lane, still looking for the play. They have Yukino nearby. animegirl locked in the alcove, popping the ghost with the World Ender on the other side with the trees, throwing out the roots, and you have no escape. Dash over the wall, animegirl. But you're about to be made into a figurine as you're killed off the bot lane. The bailout onto red does not help out. They already lost him. Trevor will be traded too. 2 dead on the side of CCG, traded across the map only for the 1. And the turret, too, will be picked up by Gentle Hearts. Gentle Hearts with that play. Yeah, you get the kill top lane. Look for animegirl. The Dire's treatment that animegirl is getting right now. But if you think about it, what did you really gain? He didn't get the turret. Turret's still alive in the top lane. Didn't take that much damage. The Rift Herald is going to be the big objective. What? Maybe Rox and Ariendel? No. Trevor rotating up. Even if you don't, even if you didn't know that Trevor's there. You suspect that the support's going to be there. You already took bot lane. The turret's gone there. You're expecting the rotations there. So even with red spotted, you're like, okay, where's Trevor? I don't really want to go into this fight. There are pings here. They get the push on Yukino, who's trying to steal away the chicken with the Fate's Call, keeping one alive, but the shutdown's still there. Now they get the World Ender, a lot of damage, but look at the backline as InoriBoob has a lot of Ren stack, that it was going to be the bailout onto Yukino. As InoriBoob barely survives the tree, couldn't do enough. Flag and Drag didn't get the knockup, nor did the handshake connect on a Crackadon. But a 2-for-1, actually favoring Gentle Hearts. A messy split-up fight there that Gentle Hearts actually came out on top of. I'm surprised. Really, when I was looking at that fight, I was not expecting it to be as even. I thought it'd be the other way. Though, getting a pick here onto red. Taking down InoriBoob right underneath the turret is going to be nice. Unfortunately, Trevor was the one who got the kill credit for it. But regardless, getting the kill should net them this turret. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Flag and Drag. Weaver's Wall as well, with red having flash, but actually knocked out of it, surprisingly, by the Weaver's Wall. Didn't want to bother. Hostile takeover not there. Bailout, I think, still off cooldown. Red's just like, you know what? Screw it. Get out of here, Trevor. It's not worth it. I was 0-2. Now I'm 0-3. I'm not worth much gold. Hell, you're worth more, Trevor, as you got the kill onto InoriBoob underneath the turret. But I like this from Gentle Hearts. Their bot lane, actually their mid jungle duo, doing a lot here. Crackadon really has been all over the map. And that's something that I think is great to see out of a jungler like Crackadon, going up against someone like Yukino. As I was saying, Yukino likes to play more about information, getting control over his opposition to allow the rest of his team to kind of set up. So the fact that Crackadon's going up against a jungler like that, yet still all over the place and making a lot of these plays, only not being a part of one fight. And that was that solo kill that Ariendel got mid lane. That's why I said Gentle Hearts, I think, could be a big surprise team. And whoa, that is a speedy Blitzcrank. Fortunately not connecting the rocket grab. And now with the Chain of Corruptions on to animegirl on the other side with a huge heal. Tried to flash away. Hostile takeover not gonna help out, especially because they split up the fight there. Yeah, what am I even saying? animegirl did die in that one. Crimson popping the ghost. Land a lot of these undertows. Chasing away the members of Gentle Hearts, but the Fate's Call. Ragnarok Duke lost there from Crimson. The Rift Herald Eye has been popped here in the mid lane. That's actually going to be ridden by Yukino. I think, yeah. Good call. I was about to say, I think you ditched hitting that one, but that's something that's beautiful to see out of Ariendel, knowing where the jump back was going to be. But now the re-engage from Yukino. It was cleansed away by InoriBoob. With the lockdown, they burst down the tree before anyone could help out. Trevor going to be the next target. Silence for a bit. The Pebbles only barely not doing enough. Trevor was able to scurry out of there. But still, 2 turrets toppled by CCG. A lot of gold influx onto their side. And we see a lot of that gold kind of split amongst the several members. But really looking at the top lane, that's where a lot of the gold has been made up for by CCG around Crimson. 3-1 on this Olaf. Honestly, looking at how this game's going to play out for CCG, kind of expecting them. It isn't. So it's on hit Varus. It's not tank Azir either. Thankfully, not tank Azir. Granted, I think tank Azir is disgustingly broken right now, and you should be playing that whenever you have a chance. But I'm glad to see that Bradley is not quite a degenerate like some other people. And I'm just memeing, by the way. No flame to actual players. Players, do what you got to do to win. That's understandable. I just don't like it. It's like Tank Echo, right? It's just Tank Echo or Cassante. Okay, CCG Playing around towards this dragon. Weaver's wall, splitting up the fight a little bit. 3 caught on the other side. But it was 2 for Gentle Hearts. The pull onto rocks, the shield, the flash away. The mana barrier keeping him alive for so long. Finally, he'll fall, but Red's locked into the pit of his own. Fighting back against 3. Double kill for Bradley. Well, Yukino, the flash from Ariendel did not help, nor did the seismic shove, because they got the handshake onto you, and it should be a triple kill for Bradley. And CCG, good fight there. They got Crimson and Red low. But the Weaver's Wall actually betrayed both InoriBoob and Rocked because they found themselves on the wrong side of the wall. Crimson realizing that too, saying, hey, wait a minute. Where's the rest of your team? You constructed this wall, but you locked out your friends. So now Bradley going for 1 and 2 to 4 and 2. Having a shutdown gold on his head. This is here. How much gold does he have? Ooh, 2,000. On purchase, gets a Leandries. Suddenly this game back to dead even on gold. But with Crimson being attacked by 3 members in the top lane, that TP from Bradley doesn't save anybody's life, but does get a lot of damage on InoriBoob. The rest of the team, I thought they could have turned that. But now realizing that Bradley did not have the Emperor's Divide. So opt not to go for the fight. Instead saying we had to sacrifice Crimson. Shutdown gold picked up. But still doesn't really net any lead for either team. Both teams have really insane Baron take too. InoriBoob on this Kalista. You get some free time with that Baron. I love that for Gentle Hearts. While CCG, Bradley, Nashor's Tooth, Leandries, not the tank. Azir, granted, the tank Azir still can take Baron really quickly. But it's going to be really quick. Baron take here with the 2 items for Azir and on hit Varus. We see animegirl dashing over the wall. Edge of Night helping out, doing a lot of damage there to Red in the middle of 2. animegirl brings soul to the fight for Gentle Hearts, dashing away. They're re-engaged, chasing down Crimson. You gotta respect the lethality Aatrox here. Gentle Hearts. Their top laner working out well there. Now the Weaver's Wall resurrected in the mid lane to cut off the retreat for Yukino for a killing spree out of InoriBoob. Even tagging with the flag and drag. Cataclysm onto Trevor as he was able to flash away. Turret's gonna fall. Ariendel looking for the shove. Does not connect it onto anybody. But 5 are strong still here. With Red now respawning from the previous fight. He's gonna book it into the mid lane. Thought maybe Gentle Hearts were gonna look for another pick. And that's the thing, it's a very interesting composition here. Because there's elements of pick, there's elements of skirmish for Gentle Hearts. They have decent scaling. But this is when they are gonna feel the strongest, is right now. In these mid-game skirmishes, these mid-game fights. Get a lot of damage. Ariendel, you can see how much he does right there. The Crimson with the help of the Baron. Separating the fights. Lethality, Aatrox. Who's the tank on that side? Yeah, okay, Maokai, but still. Only 1 item for Maokai. And if you're Aatrox hitting Maokai, you're not playing the fight right anyways. You're looking for that back line. And even Crimson, you're far more capable of dealing with than anybody else. Because if he pops that Ragnarok, there goes all the resistances this Olaf might have in fighting Aatrox. With a 2,000 gold lead for Gentle Hearts. And the flag and drag, wait a minute, finding the bot lane caught out here. Hostile takeover, trying to separate the fight, but look who's zooming in, it's Soul. Rampage for InoriBoob, and then slam down double kill. As they've taken out the bot lane of CCG. Baron up on the table, up for grabs. That is gonna be a lovely dessert here for Gentle Hearts. I already talked about how quickly they can get that, especially when Kalista gets free time. But keep in mind, InoriBoob was taken pretty low. The pull in, not necessarily going to be the best, unless, of course, they can take out the smite before he can do anything. The chase down, the flash away, Crackadon survives, but not Crimson. He's not going to get out of that double kill, even if he did get Crackadon. Denying the Baron for Gentle Hearts. 4 for 1. More gold shoved into the pockets of InoriBoob. Now 9-1, 3 items on Kalista. InoriBoob is also someone that I think is a very interesting player that has played in amateur for quite some time and really hasn't gotten enough love as a player. Oh, speaking of enough love, Bradley getting a lot of love there. Rocks with a great hook, forcing out the flash. But Bradley will survive. But it is a mountain soul. I didn't even talk about that before, how important that is. Especially with a lot of these fights. No way. The pull. Oh, Red. Rocks is just the PM there. They were watching the whole time like, yeah, good. Leash the red for us, Red. Your red is our red, Red. We read you like a book. Red Rover, Red. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. Anyways, Baron is still up. The pull landing onto Crimson, forcing out the Ragnarok with the Fate's Call, keeping Rocks alive. Roots do get one. Crackadon, hostile takeover, connecting onto Crackadon, but everything only onto Crackadon. InoriBoob jumped back in, still surviving, getting away from danger, even with the flash away from Rocks, and then diving right back for a triple kill. They can make it a quadra kill, as it's gonna be instead a full house with animegirl getting the kill. Clean ace by Gentle Hearts. Not even waiting for the minions. Just looking to take down the turret. Now the minions are here. They get themselves the tier 2. They peel back with a redemption. Oh, not enough damage. I understand what you're trying to do there, Trevor. Trying to get a little bit more poke, especially because we knew the Baron would be the next turn for Gentle Hearts. They are low, though. They got to be very respectful of this, and that is why Rocks is getting out of there. They can heal up enough. Should get the Rend. Baron now on all 5 of the members. Oh, man. This is what, this is making me really excited. Because I was saying how Gentle Hearts are a team that I think could upset a lot of expectations. I think this is a team that have players that, yes, they've been around the circuit for quite some time. They've been trying to crack through from the tier 3 to tier 2, either through collegiate or through amateur. We have a lot of players that have played in the collegiate system. Ariendel, UCI, InoriBoob, Drexel. I can't remember. I know a lot of the other players have played in collegiate as well. I think Crackadon is Western Ontario. Could correct me on that one. But all players that I think are just on the cusp and have always been on the cusp of going from tier 3 to tier 2. So now to go up against a very young and talented squad of CCG. And actually get quite this lead against them. This would be a huge upset for this team, especially because Gentle Hearts in Open Qualifiers 1, granted with a slightly different roster, fell short of expectations. So now to get a win here would be great. And now that pull on Yukino to burst down the tree. Twisted advance, not helping out, but the bailout might with the Crackadon in the lockdown pit. But look at the back line. It is InoriBoob still getting the kill on a Crimson. How did he do that? I can't believe that one. InoriBoob getting the kill on Crimson literally saves this game because Crimson survives, he wipes the team. InoriBoob had all the gold, 13-2, and now it is the bot lane, Red and Trevor, up against 4 members. Crackadon try to get the flag and drag, but they're going to just turn their attention on whoever is not inside of the fountain. That is going to be Trevor. Trevor still surviving. The turrets are the next to fall. The game is what Gentle Hearts truly want. They just want victory. The dash in, animegirl will topple Red, even if he does get the bailout in time. Doesn't help bail out the game. That is won by GHG. Whew, not my best cast. But that is what happens when you've been sick all week and then you try to shoutcast.